to take a look at 3 different cotton ball tinders. The first one is going to be just a plain cotton ball. This is a jumbo size, untreated, unsaturated cotton ball straight out of the package. Okay, we're going to look at how easy it is to start, how much flame volume it gets, and the duration of burn. All this with the interest of having it as a viable tinder for a fire. Now, I've used about half this much cotton to start a fire, but the conditions were ideal. Everything was dry. I had the proper size kindling. Everything went right. Okay, so we already know this is not going to burn as long, but it is a viable fire starter. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this. When we get done with this one, the next up is petroleum jelly cotton ball, and then a wax coated cotton ball. Okay, so you see, with it just in the raw state like that, it's not going to do too good. Need to open it up and get some of these fibers in here where it's all puffy, and then like that. Okay, you know, if I wasn't putting this on camera, you know exactly what would happen. There we go. And that's about all she's got. What's left right there is not enough to start a fire. Alright, up next is a petroleum jelly coated cotton ball. All that is just a cotton ball. It's been coated in petroleum jelly. In order for this to catch with a fire steel, you have to get rid of the petroleum jelly and expose the inner cotton. The petroleum jelly won't start with a spark. You could start that tinder with a match or a lighter, but not with a fire steel. Not unless you open it up. Once you open it up, you can light it with the fire steel, no problem. It's got a good amount of flame, good flame volume. I can already see it's consumed a lot of the petroleum jelly and it's starting to consume some of the cotton base. Here in a little bit we should start seeing the volume of flame diminishing as the source of fuel is being consumed, primarily the petroleum jelly. That one's got a real nice burn time on it. I can see the cotton ball starting to be consumed more and more. The volume of the cotton is starting to go down. Flame still got good volume, enough to catch good tinder, or kindling rather. Still got good burn time with a decent flame. Put a pretty decent coat of petroleum jelly on there. It's just generic, no name Vaseline petroleum jelly. Burn time on this cotton balls seems to be a little bit more than average. Typically they have already been spent by now. This one's getting close to being spent. And she's starting to diminish considerably. That'd still be a good enough flame to get some kindling started, some very small kindling, pencil lead kindling. It was getting near the end of its burn life, so it wouldn't last very long. You can see the edges of the cotton ball is starting to glow red embers. So you can see the cotton balls mostly being consumed at this point, and a little bit of residual petroleum jelly on the bottom. That's just about it. It's almost spent. Almost. Still a little bit of life. Kind of like the ever ready bunny, Energizer bunny. And a little cotton ball that keeps on giving. Alright, that's at the point now where we'll call it useless for actually starting a fire. Okay, now we've got the piece de resistance, the wax covered cotton ball. I have another video that cut. Alright, now we have the piece de resistance, the wax covered cotton ball. It is hard. Then we'll have to take a knife and carefully split it open in the middle so we can get to the inside, the center. That's where the cotton is that hasn't been saturated in wax, and that's the part that we want to expose for striking with our fire steel. Very, very carefully. Alright, so I've got some of the inside exposed. Okay, but I want to fluff up some of this cotton so it's easy to catch. Once I get it to catch with the flame, the rest of it will take care of itself. So there's some of our soft, non-dense fibers. Fluffed up cotton. Let's go ahead and give that a try. Let's see if I can fluff some more of this up. It really needs to be very fluffy for it to catch easy with the fire steel. You can see pulling out some of the guts, some of the fluffy stuff. That's what we want. Don't want anything that's been compressed or packed. Want the fluffy stuff. It's alright, it's worth the trouble. Here we go. Got good, consistent flame volume. It's also got a little bit of a pleasant smell because it's a slight perfume to the wax. And you can see the cotton ball hasn't even been consumed yet. I'm still working on the upper layer of the wax, the paraffin. Is the burn fuel. A little over a minute. Real good flame volume. Consistently good flame volume. You might be able to tell there's a little wind picking up. One that I burned earlier, it almost refused to go out with the wind. Actually, the wind never did blow it out. It was gusting pretty good. Semi-significant gust. And the wax cotton ball refused to terminate. A little over 2 minutes. Very good flame. I'm going to widen the field of view up a little bit so you can see some more of the flame. It is much more than what the others were capable of. A little over 4 minutes. 5-minute burn time. Flame hasn't diminished any. A little over 6-minute burn time. Still plenty of flame. Start your kindling. This would be ideal for wet weather. Starting to get some diminish on the flame volume, but it's still plenty significant. Get your good fire started. You can start to see the cotton ball is blackened. Got some embers on it. So we're down to burning the remnants of the paraffin and the cotton ball host. 7-minute burn time. So I got enough flame for starting a tinder or kindling. It's starting to diminish considerably. Most of the paraffin's been used up. Won't be much longer. We'll have to call this one quits. Getting close. When I call it terminated, it's at the point where I don't believe it to be able to provide sufficient flame to catch kindling, not when the flame is actually extinguished on itself. It's getting very close to not being able to support a fire. Still got a little flame lick. Not much. Very soon. Alright, that's it. That's all she's got. And it goes ahead and uses up the cotton host near the end. That's pretty steady. The last minute or two, the flame is diminished, but still sufficient for starting some kindling on fire to get you a good burn fire going.